segueing into the Clippers with the story that is front and center, and Pablo Torre of Meadowlark Media, his podcast, he has done a deep dive on the Clippers situation with Steve Balmer. Steve Balmer, the owner of the Clippers. And there's a lot going on here because you've got a company that has since gone belly up. You have the CEO who pled guilty, wire fraud, and this company was paying celebrities. Pablo Torre said, like Cindy Crawford and her daughter, who's a model. I think Leonardo DiCaprio was in there. But they were getting paid, $1 million, $2 million to represent this company that, is all about green and, planting trees. And Steve Ballmer invested $50 million into this company. The company was going to be one of the title sponsors of the Clippers. I think they were going to have a patch on their uniform. And then come to find out that Kawhi Leonard, through his limited partnership or his LLC, is getting paid for a no-show job, that he's getting paid $28 million. Now, Pablo said that he had 7 sources, over 3,000 pages of documents, and one former employee who said that this was being used to circumvent the salary cap. And the Clippers have sent out a statement. They deny everything here. But this is what I want to know. Was Kawhi Leonard being paid by this company for a no-show job? Did he do something for the company? Because Pablo Torre said that he found no indication that Kawhi Leonard did anything for this company. Steve Ballmer, what's his role in this? That you spent $50 million on a company and Kawhi Leonard's getting $28 million. So just a couple of questions here. Did Kawhi get paid all this money and why for a no-show job? And did Steve Ballmer understand this? The Clippers denied everything there. Mark Cuban put out a post saying, I'm on Team Ballmer. As much as I wish they circumvented the salary cap, first, Steve isn't that dumb. If he did try to feed Kawhi Leonard money, knowing that what was at stake for him personally and his team, do you think that he would let the company go bankrupt, knowing all creditors would be visible to the world? They got scammed by Aspiration, that's the company, along with many others, crimes for which they pleaded guilty last week. Well, I think they were pleading guilty to wire fraud. I don't know if Steve Ballmer would have, this guy was lying about what was going on. A $300 million sponsorship deal with the Clippers. Scammers do scammy things, according to Mark Cuban. Now, that's a huge deal. The better the team does, the more value the sponsorship has. It actually makes perfect sense that they stole money from investors and want the Clippers to succeed. Why not give stolen money to help keep their best player? So Kawhi did get paid $28 million from this company, is what Mark is saying. Hey, why not? Is Mark saying this is okay? I'll read that again. It actually makes perfect sense that they stole money from investors and want the Clippers to succeed. Why not give stolen money to help keep their best player? Mark goes on to say it's sad that Pablo Torre didn't take the time to find out how these scammers pulled off their scam. The idea that the default is Ballmer is the bad guy is going to backfire on him. I don't know what Steve knew. I don't know if he knew anything. But it sounds like Mark is saying, well, if Ballmer did know this, he wouldn't let it go bankrupt. Okay. Because you don't want creditors to be visible to the world. I understand that. So you're saying, hey, he's too smart for this to happen. He would have made sure this company didn't go belly up. It still goes back to, why was Kawhi Leonard getting paid that money with a company that Steve invested $50 million in? Let me just start there. Yes, Eaton.
It is an interesting defense to say there's no way that this is true because he would have been better at covering it up.
It sounds like that if I'm reading what Mark is saying.
If he had done this, there's no way he would have let that company go bankrupt because then that would have exposed the crime. So if he had done this, he would have made sure that company stayed good to cover it up. That's what the subtext is.
Yeah, Mark makes it seem like billionaires don't make bad decisions or they don't do stupid things.
Well, they definitely don't skirt the rules to benefit themselves.
Yeah, of course not. I just want to know if you paid him $28 million for a no-show in a company that you invested $50 million in, and they were one of the title sponsors. There's simple questions that can be asked. Then it might get a little more complicated. Yeah, Pauline.
When I heard the story from Pablo Torre accusing Steve Ballmer of this, it actually kind of made a little bit of sense because Steve Ballmer, I think someone said he's the 7th richest man on earth. He worked at Microsoft for years. He now enters a league where there's a cap on how much he can spend for things he wants. He's never had to deal with a cap in any other business venture he's ever been part of. It's unique to sports. And he probably looks at it and says, I have money to spend. I want to get this player, but the league won't let me. I could use my creativeness as a businessman to work around it because that's what I've done my entire life is create as a businessman. And their rules don't make sense to me that there's a cap when I have more money than anyone to spend. And that could be almost the genesis for all of this and owners finding ways to spend outside the rules.
The Clippers in their statement said neither Steve Ballmer nor the Clippers organization had any oversight of Kawhi's independent endorsement agreement with Aspiration. To say otherwise is flat out wrong. Okay. Well, the NBA is investigating this, and still just a couple of simple questions there. Yes, Eden.
There are a lot of things in the timeline that are just funny coincidences. You know, Kawhi negotiating, opting out of contracts, and then Steve Ballmer invests $50 million into this thing, and just a couple months later, then the deal is signed. Mm-hmm. I don't know. On paper, the timing is funny.
And once again, innocent till proven guilty, but Pablo Torre, 3,000 pages of documents, and you have 7 different people, one who is on record. His voice was modulated, though, protecting his identity, but still. And you have one person saying that the Clippers were circumventing the salary cap through this company. Feels like there's something there, whether the Clippers knew it, but I still go back to Kawhi was getting paid $28 million for a no-show job, and nobody knew about this? And if he did something, like this is where, okay, if you're the company, Kawhi represents New Balance. He does commercials. I've seen him. Okay, he's going to get paid, but this is... We're not even trying to hide this. It's like, yeah, we're paying Kawhi. And I guess they still owe him $7 million. I mean...
To not show up somewhere?
I get he's going to get $7 million to not show up. Yes, Eden.
So why would... I understand the company investing in an NBA team. Right? Here's $300 million, and we're a sponsor now, right? And I understand the company... Why would they just throw in a bonus $30 million for Kawhi and be like, don't worry about it. Just you don't even have to show up. We're just going to give it to you as a thank you for being here. Why would you do that?
Unless it's we need Kawhi to be on the Clippers if we're going to sponsor this team and then we can grow our business. If the Clippers are good, then we grow. I think that's what Mark Cuban is saying. Hey, why wouldn't you do this? My first question to Mark is, did you do this in Dallas?
It's against the rules. That's why.
Okay. We invited everybody on, just to let you know. Cuban, Balmer, Commissioner, everybody. Kawhi. Yes, Marvin.
The NBA, I'm nominating for worst week in sports. And then Shams, coincidentally, hey, we got a new all-star format. 3 hours after Pablo Torre comes on the show.
Okay, do you think that this was a purposeful distraction to the Clippers situation? And the Clippers will be hosting the All-Star game. And all of a sudden, that when this is front page, headline stuff, and then, oh, by the way, the NBA has leaked to Shams that here's a new All-Star format, guys. Enjoy. Yes, Eaton.
I don't know if I think that.
You think it's just a coincidence?
What is that All-Star Weekend bombshell that they're dropping? Like,
Well,
not really.
Well,
really.
Here we are. It's the first week of September. Don't you want to? I mean,
If they leaked something like, hey, the Nets are thinking of leaving Brooklyn, I would be like, whoa, that's a crazy story. But hey, some tweaks to the All-Star game weekend. No.
well, there was also reported that Ben Simmons is thinking of retirement. So that might throw you off.
Speaking of another
chase.
no-show.
Yeah, he got paid.
Salary.
Yeah, another no-show.
Investigate. Yeah.
Yeah, investigate Ben Simmons. Yeah,
Catching strays. He's not even involved in the story.
yeah. He shoots strays.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. Okay.
But he doesn't shoot.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't. Let's take a break. I still want to have Ben Simmons and Angel Reese have a shoot-off.
Oh, no.
Like
Yes.
No, come on.
Funny but true.
15-footers. 15 feet. Just shoot.
She attempts.
She does.
Yes.
She's not afraid to shoot.
No.
That's why she gets so many rebounds. They're her own rebounds.